Okay, we're live. My mic is going off. Okay, hi there boys and girls, and welcome back to the channel. So, Deathly Hallows Scrims Most Wanted. Our first map this evening, should it load, please, is going to be Erangel, I believe. And here we go. So first thing we've got to do is, we've got to find Lootgrass. We've got to find Lootgrass. Where are you, Luke? Need some sartorial elegance. I've been promised a special outfit. There we go. There's Luke. Big feathers everywhere. That's exactly what we need. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, we've got trying something new for our event this evening. So we have co-commentary with Jammy. Jammy, how you doing? What do you think of Lootgrass's outfit?
I think, as in the chat, it's fabulous, mate. Absolutely fabulous.
Yep, it really is something special, isn't it? So we're having a quick look at the flight line. So, yeah, we're going east to west. So, yeah, talk us through that one, mate.
Well, it goes from Mill to Power over to Hospital, and east to west. It's pretty much central. It splits the map beautifully. We should get a lot of spread on this map. We've still got a lot of dense areas in the middle. People can spread to pretty much the whole map here, and then we'll see what happens with first zone.
Yeah, we've got Mill Base is certainly in range. School Pachinki certainly in range. Mill to Power certainly in range. You can hit Farm and count the bridge for potentially either stopping people getting to Mill Base or people coming out from Mill Base. So yeah, lots of potential in a flight line like this.
It wouldn't surprise me if people got in a vehicle and went up to the likes of Stolber and Kameshki.
Yeah,
just to try and loot up out the way from other people. So maybe, I don't know whether team 4 or 6 are maybe going to try that.
Yep. We'll see. Well, looks like our elegant princess Ms. Lootgrass is out of the plane. Looks like these guys are heading south.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the rendezvous team. So, because we've got the most wanted is Rendezvous Supreme, who I think is on team 19, and they are one of 3 or 4 teams that are heading down to the Millie Base Island, heading over to the Novo Crates.
Yeah, there's plenty of people heading down Mill Base. Doesn't look like anybody's too close to each other on Mill Base Island just yet.
No, nicely spread. If you look at team 17, 7 Atoms, they've done a little split there.
Looks like right. Right, okay, let's have a look. These guys getting looted up. Love the feathers, Lou. Just love the feathers. Not gonna lie, love the feathers. Right, they've got team number 11. Not too far away. That's Cronus' squad from Xenotactic. So let's take a quick overview.
See, Lootgrass will be wanting to get a decent helmet and a vest there, but it's going to spoil the look.
It's going to spoil the outfit, isn't it? But I imagine function will take precedent over form. Okay, so we've got at least 2 of the guys from Xenotactic not too far away there, but I don't think these guys are getting into a gunfight anytime soon. There's our first circle.
Looks busy. So we've got a fairly safe circle. It's not like a Vikendi one, but I mean, we've got a bit of action with Lootgrass and that, but also up in the northwest over around Georgia Pole, you've got some action.
And we've also got Jen getting into it here. Getting into it with zero tolerance. And looks like Nana has already been knocked.
Yeah, are all the other members of Team 14 been done already, or did they drop as a 2?
It looks like just the 2. Nana's now been taken out, so Blocks on his own.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a helmet yet, and no armor, so not exactly what you'd say geared up for a gunfight.
And no hails either, because it's going to be pretty likely he's going to need some, even if he gets a chance to. But I mean, he's got an Uzi, so he's decent in a close-up fight. But on Team 16.
I like an Uzi as much as the next man, mate. But I think a 1-on-4 with no helmet and no vest might be asking too much of the gun.
Even you wouldn't get out of that one.
No, I really wouldn't. Trust me.
he's doing a good hiding game at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah, these guys are, I mean, yeah, the worst. Here we go. This is not going to be pretty. You don't have
You
to.
like gratuitous violence in your streams. I think you're about to get that.
I do like a bit of gratuitous violence in my streams, and I think this is not going to. Yeah, here we go. Ouch. Yeah, not being funny, Blocks. You can't feel bad about that one, dude. There was no way you were getting out of that. So great work from the guys from Gen there. They picked up 2 kills already. So let's have a look at our disposition on the map. Looks like we've got quite a few people in North George as well.
Yeah.
A lot of the people who jumped South Mill Base, they'll certainly be consolidating. But the zone certainly isn't going to shift there. So they're going to have to rotate. Nobody looks like they're camping out the north of the bridges, which is interesting.
Just looking at this, Team 9 rotating on a boat. I don't know where they landed. Oh, actually, it's only what they've done a split. So we've got Sons of Odin. You've got some on the western side of Millie Base Island, and you've got others who've taken a boat and rotating probably round to Milta.
I just want to have a quick look at the situation in North George. We've got a number of teams around here. And yeah, so it looks like somebody's very upset with someone. Shooting going on. Yeah, and that is looks like that's a knock on one of the grassroots players there. Looks like ZPX. Well, potentially looking to push this one.
Well. So just been revived and then immediately knocked again. Some good pressure coming in from ZPX. Oh dear.
And here we go. That was a little bit. That was definitely a little peek. And here we go. We're fighting in someone's house. And great work. Great work from the guys from ZPX there. That's the team from Grassroots wiped. We're still in North George. We're here with DH Redders.
Well, that was a good movement there from S25, but it's another one where 1v4, it's only one winner, really.
Yeah. So it looks like we are with DH Redders, team from Elusive, not too far away now, as I recall. One of the guys from Elusive is... no, not in that squad, is it? So, yep, these guys still in North George. Getting looted up. They're not too close to each other.
I mean, they're all grouped in their individual little pockets.
We might have to come back to this one. So, general disposition on the map. Obviously, we've got a shift of zone to the east of the island. Let's have a quick look around here. Nixie normally good for some action, and yep, certainly good for some action. Nixie's been knocked, so sorry about that, Nixie. So floor,
you can be blamed for that one.
Yeah, floor on the roof here. Looks like these guys are getting into it with LXZ. Looks like we've also got team number 11 from Xenotactic, not too far away from this one. Not involved in the gunfight as yet, but potentially a third party.
Good position on the roof here from Floor. The others are all sort of stuck in the buildings as such, but Floor's been able to take a more tactical position.
We're also reporting back locations. Here we go. He's got a quick look there. Didn't manage to get the rounds in, but yeah, he's going to be reporting back to his team exactly where these guys are. Yeah, this is going to give Zen the potential to rotate to the south side of this compound and maybe hit him in the flank.
I wonder if they're aware of Team 11 coming in from the left. Oh, I can see one of them's looking round. Maybe they've heard some steps.
We've got a magpie in the game. We've got a magpie in the game.
Oh, parental warning.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank God I don't advertise this as suitable for children. If Magpie gets an all chat, basically we're all censored. Love you, Magpie. Nice to see you back at Scrims again, buddy.
Yeah, it's good to see him back. Hopefully, dragging around his level 6 rucksack
with 9,000 rounds. Yeah. Okay, so looks like let's have a quick. Yeah, that third party we were talking about is now going on, and Floor has indeed been knocked. Scorpio doing a bit of parkour work.
Yeah, getting across the roofs very quickly there. I don't know if were they aware that or just the one that they got the knock on. Yeah, they're aware now. They know there's several people around.
Okay, let's have what's Cronus looking at? Okay, Syed. I've got to do it. I've just got to give Magpie a bit of screen time because the man's a lunatic.
Just the 2 guns for Magpie.
Oh, Magpie, I'm sorry, dude. I literally just caught you getting knocked there, man. Okay, so Xeno Tactic are 1 dead, 2 knocked. Floor's the only one on his feet. So you have to say he's going to be in a very tough position here. And yeah, and already getting poked on the top of the stairs.
This is a brilliant play by Scorpio. Just teasing
Yeah.
Floor out.
And Scorpio doing the business there. So 2 kills, but these guys still in the middle of a gunfight with guys from squad number 8. That's Lionhearts. Let's check on how Matitsu is doing. Matitsu has been knocked. Ragnar. Getting into it. Oh! Beautiful. Takes the thirst. Goes for the drop and off! Shot to pieces in the back there, but you have to say you put up a great fight.
Yeah, that was a brilliant sort of drop shot. Getting the thirst and the finish with 1 clip.
So team number 11 are the only people who are going to walk out of this fight. They've lost a member, so they're down to 2, but 5 kills. Well played, guys. Really well played. Really exciting fight to watch. Okay, so what we're looking at on the map, Jamie, looks like we've got 6 next to somebody around the Yasnaya area, yep?
Yep, so you get 6 and that. And looking at Team 9, look how split they are. You've got Odinson down on the west of Millie Base, and you've got Riz up at Milta Power.
Yeah, have we potentially got an AFK situation going on, or...?
Well, no, because they're in the vehicle now. So no, they're all active. So they've actually made a conscious decision to split that far.
Right, that's an interesting one. Might have to get them on a podcast afterwards and discuss that.
Watch this space.
Okay, let's have a look at the guys from Elusive. Looks like they're not too far away from Team 21, which is ZPX. Only faced one of the game, but they are coming in from the blue. And they're taking some rounds. ZPX also fighting to come in. Let's have a look at Quesh. So what's he rocking? Mini 14 with a suppressor. Very nice.
And an AK as well. Very nice. Very good close-up gun. All fighting in the blue, so as long as they've got a few boosts, they should be okay to hold out. Good.
Not
chunks.
Not too well. Phase 1 of the game, so I mean these guys are more interested in the fight than they are worried about the blue. That obviously changes later on.
And we thank them for it.
Let's have a look at Anne's here. So yeah, these guys from Elusive, they're literally facing fire from multiple flanks here.
Yeah. Oh.
That's cool. Ash getting the knock on there, and there we go. That's 8 kills for this team now. Fantastic work. Well done, guys.
Great work in the blue.
Looks like we don't get a minute's worth of rest around here, mate. Looks like another grassroots team's getting into it. Or is that just... Are they yeah.
Bluegrass haven't been taken out, so we don't get to see the fabulous outfit anymore, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, you know, I couldn't possibly cover Bluegrass getting taken out. It'd be mean.
It would be. And that's why you'll be trying to do it next game.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got grassroots here. Looks like they're having a bit of mid-range to long-range contact with the guys from Gen. Only phase 2 of the game, so nobody really is forced to move too much. Squad number 3 from DH, not too far away from this also.
On top of that, we've got the next zone broken as well. Very central zone, sort of Yasnaya, Rozhok, Mansion, Farm. Shouldn't be too much difficulty rotating in. It's not an extreme shift.
Oh, here we go. We're going to go for the DH driving school. This could go anywhere.
See, I've been told I'm not allowed to spectate Welshie because I have a bit of a commentator's curse on him.
Well,
They've
they're certainly aware of it. They're looking to have a potential third party going on here. Well, she's getting stuck in, gets the knock on Cat.
Great work with the DP28 there.
And you have to say that you'd have to give DH this fight. Grassroots down to 2 at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Just depends. This really is going to depend on how aggressively DH want to push this.
Knowing Welshie, he's an aggressive player, so he'll want to push it. As soon as they can get Andy up and revived, then I'm sure they'll be aggressive.
Phase 2 of the game, so it's not going to hurt too much, but these guys really do need to be thinking about their next rotation, which means they need this gunfight cleared.
Yeah, DH have got the vehicle though.
Yeah, here we go. Getting into it with Revolt. Revolt is knocked. Well done, Claire. And manages. Yeah, that was a thirst, I think.
It was, and there's some good vector play going on here.
Right, Clear has now been knocked. So looks like Cage, the only one up. So you'd expect DH to clear this up, but it's cost him a player.
Yeah, they did a bit of trading there and came off second best on that one. But like you say, it's a 3 against 1. Cage may want to try and get away from this.
Not really an easy way to rotate out.
Unless Cage can take DH's vehicle.
Oh, do a bit of Grand Theft Auto. Fine, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're mixing game for it. Well, that certainly seems to be what Cage is looking to do. Certainly looking to rotate the hell out of this one.
Also going deeper into the blue, which although, like you say, it's only the second phase, but DH may not be keen to chase into the blue. Maybe more interested in trying to hold the line and just gatekeep. And I think Cage might... As long as Cage can get wide enough around, he might have actually got away with this one.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Right, so let's have a look at our general situation on the ground. We have 46 players still left alive, 14 teams, and we've got a pretty benign circle so far. Nothing really too challenging. Right, let's have a quick look at Neo's squad number 12. They look like they're potentially not too far away from the guys from Sons of Odin.
Get some shots around already. Phil there with one of my favourite weapons, the Kar 98.
So we've got Sons of Odin. Looks like they're taking a little bit of the high ground there. Deadpool and Moon in on the cliffs, but is that another Sons of Odin squad rotating behind them?
It is, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so not only a Team 9 split, they've actually got one of their own clan teams somewhere near them.
Okay, well, let's have a look at, so squad number 9, they're either rotating the hell out of this one or they're looking to improve their angle. Let's have a look at what these guys are looking at.
It wouldn't surprise me if, like you say, they're trying to improve their angle. I don't think they'd run away from it.
Yeah.
They've left Riz up there just on an overwatch.
Yeah.
They're actually looking at their own clan here. We might have a bit of famous clan-on-clan action.
Oh, well, who doesn't love that?
Riz there's just seen Grim Peak, I think.
I don't think that's going to make the window.
But it might do some damage onto their UAZ.
Okay, we'll just keep an eye on this one, buddy. There's our next zone shift, and that's gone very heavily north. So Yasnaya is certainly going to take her, and this could break. This could potentially break the other side of the river and make some difficult rotations late game.
Definitely. I mean, it's a hard shift, but it's a relatively easy rotation. You haven't got to cross bridges to get to it. There's no sort of camping going on. It's just a case of getting into that zone, but it seems like a lot of teams got lucky there because of Yasnaya, and a lot of teams are around that area.
ZPX going for a rotation, so we'll see if they're going to crash into Yasnaya or look into potentially. This is we've all seen scrims like this where sometimes it can come down to a strategic little compound right on the edge of the water.
Yeah, and there's a drop coming down as well. And you know, we said earlier in that fight with DH and Grassroots, Cage indeed did get away with it.
So we've gone a little bit quiet. People look into position. That was a very aggressive zone shift, so people are going to be thinking about their rotations.
Yeah, I did see that we did have a bit of clan-on-clan action there, and it looks like Riz did get at least one of their clanmates up in the north of the zone, teams 9 and 10.
Okay, so looks like Sons of Odin Grim is the only member of his team still up and running.
Trying to get above Riz here. Team Form coming in for some third-party action.
Let's see if we can
have about to find out.
Let's see if we can have a bit of an overlook here. And yeah, that's really not what you want to see, is it? But Bazza has been knocked by Grim.
There we go. Where's Wally gets the knockback, or gets the kill actually. So they'll get Baz revived, and that was worth it for the kill.
Yeah, that was worth it for the kill. We still got Riz from Sons of Odin just off there. It'd be interesting to see if these guys are aware of that. Let's have a look at what Riz is looking at. He's certainly aware that there's somebody out there that might potentially be on his scent.
Yeah, he would have heard the gunfire there. But also, it's really interesting that Sons of Odin, they did that massive split early. And they're still split now. Riz on his own. So I don't know whereabouts on the map the other players are, but they've left him here. And he's obviously holding his own. 2 kills.
Yeah, Odinson's well to the south, fighting the blue in the south by between Farm and Pachinki. So not really certain what's been going on there. And Riz whacking out some M4 spray.
If you look at the map, there's another couple of players from Sons of Odin Team 9 that are on the west of the zone. So they've got Riz at the north, Odinson in the south, then another 2 players down in the west of the zone.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't
it? Spread out. Yeah, I mean, they've got to be confident in their own gameplay to be able to get, to even think about just going on their own.
Either that or they all had a huge bun fight in the lobby and went, oh, screw you, I'm going somewhere else. It could be anything. You never know. It's UK scrims.
It's happened to the best of us.
They potentially had a little bit of a look at £1 fish there, but not putting the rounds to effect. And right, DH looking to either improve their position or just rotate in.
FaZe, I think what it is, they don't know how many players.
They don't. And the next circle has broken, and yet the water's still very much going to be a part of this. This could potentially end up to which end of the which side of the coast you're on.
Yeah, look at the 2 ZPX teams in the middle of the new zone there. Early rotations, lucky rotations, but going to try and take that key bridge in the centre.
And ZPX, yeah, there's definitely. So let's go and have a look at these guys. Actually, they're certainly setting themselves up of splitting themselves up. Good cover and making sure they've got this bridge. And yeah, they're whacking into their own clan.
Yeah, they're not going easy on each other there.
Some third-party action going on. Both ZPX teams actually doing the same thing, taking strategic ground. So, so there's fire coming from everywhere with these guys.
I'm guessing they've gone through the same training camp because they're both trying to take the same bit of land here.
This is certainly going to be prime real estate, I feel. And looks like we've also got some action going on with squad number 11 just to the north of this. Let's have a look at Subi. Where's that man? What's he up to? The hero of the lunatic legendary Vikendi circle. You've never seen a red newspaper stand play such an important part of a game. Right, Subi's in a tough situation here. Very tough situation. You have to say, yeah, although he's got some covering fire from his clanmates across the bridge, he's actually in a very tough situation here.
Definitely. That man holding out here.
He's putting in the damage though. And Yeah, Ant-Man's not. He's not shy about it, is he? He's a one-man charge squad.
Definitely. I mean, an aggressive push is one thing, but on your own, not knowing how many people are there. That's,
Oh, Fanny, he's managed to pull that one off.
wow.
And well, yeah, I certainly wouldn't have tried it. I wouldn't have the gun skills, but that was incredible work by Ant-Man there. And that really has that fight. I feel is actually going to prove incredibly important for these guys because they've got prime location. They really have.
Yeah, either side of the bridge, they've taken out someone else who's obviously had the same idea, going for the same aggressive, take the centre of the zone, that key bridge. So they've got rid of a key rival there as well as taking good ground.
Right, so we're down the south of the circle. Phase 5 of the game is about to pop. It just has. These guys are now slightly outside. We're here with the rendezvous. They're getting into it. New punters. And, oh yeah. Look at that. That was a great one from FBI there. And I think these people are upset with each other, Jamie. They seem to be shooting each other a lot.
I know, it's like they know they're being watched as well. They're doing it.
I mean, have you thought about, some reconciliation? Just talk about your problems. Is there any need for the violence? I mean, really?
No, it's anger management. That's all we need. And Supreme there got knocked, who's our most wanted this week.
Yep.
So they nearly got the extra points there, the DH team, but not quite. So, yeah, FBI managed to get the revive on Supreme.
And Rendezvous doing well here. So they hopefully they'll manage to get the revive on Supreme. Yes, which they've done. They're only one player down, so it puts them in a good situation going forward. However, we are phase 5 of the game, so these guys do need to rotate. They know they've got a squad from Gen not too far away. So this is going to be whether or not you engage in your next fight or go for position.
Yeah, I mean, they've got an easy rotation into the very edge of zone, but they know, I'm sure they know Jen are there.
Obviously they can't see what we can see. Their best move right now is to rotate left, isn't it?
It would be, but they are an aggressive team and they are a good gunfighters, and they would have now heard Team 16.
Right, let's have a look at Cronus here. Now on his own, he's got Welshie squad from DH, not too far away. Yeah, they're going to push. Here we go.
Hopefully someone's going to shoot him. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, Welshie, well done. So that's 7 kills for the guys from DH. 4 kills from the guys from DH now. But yeah, some third party going on. Lay down when you're looting, Welshie. You knew better than that.
He's got a couple of kills. He's feeling all confident now.
Okay, so there is our situation. 16 players left alive. 6 teams still contesting. Lots of long-range gunfighting going on. And you have to say, positionally, I think the guys from ZPX have done the right thing here.
They absolutely did, but they've slightly lost the advantage because it's moving away from the bridge. So it's going to be fighting across.
This really could come down to the zone. Where's it going to break? Welshie getting a few shots at Ant-Man there. Doesn't manage to put the rounds to effect.
They're concentrating on Team 20. I don't think they've seen Team 19 coming in on their left.
And it's going to break to the western side of the river. We're going to end up with people swimming across at this rate, I think.
Yeah. So the bridge not quite in place, only just in zone. So we've got one member of Team 20 who's around the northern side of the zone.
Well, let's just have a quick see if I can set up an overview here so we can see what we're talking about. So we've got Jen outside of circle at this moment in time. Team 19 outside of circle at this moment in time.
So it looks like, yeah, so Team 19 in the middle of Jen and DH had one knocked, nearly thirsted as well.
Looks like the guys from DH really coming under it now.
Great work with the VSS, Abs would be proud.
Oh, Abs does love a VSS. We've got to get Abs live again. Sure, she'd really enjoy it. She did an awful lot of work for the scene. So it's about time we got her back on.
Yeah. So these guys managed to heal up, and they've got to try and get a position now because they are in a tough spot. They've got the water one side, they've got DH to the north, and Team 16 Gen to the south.
Let's have a look at the guys from Sons of Odin. Actually, Deadpool Moonin, very good gunfighters, these two. I've seen them pull off wins before when you didn't really think they could. And they've not got a bad location here at all.
If you can try and see through the grass, that is.
They've not got a bad location here. They've got nobody behind them.
No. And you look at Moon in there, just making sure at the back, just make sure there's no one else behind. And they can probably pretty much see where all the other players are now, given where they are on the bank. Smoke's out. Here we go.
Let's have a look. And yeah, we're going for a swim. So there's our next phase of the game. And yeah, this is all going to get pretty tasty on the coast here. And that is Andy Koza taken out.
So DH down in, I think, fourth there.
So we're down to 7 players left alive. 3 teams still contesting this. Sons of Odin slightly outside of zone, but probably with the, I'd have to say, the ground advantage if they can come together. Deadpool putting some rounds into Ant-Man there.
Yeah, it's a 2v3 now, but Ant-Man is knocked and nearly finished.
But all of these 5 players who are still left alive, they're all great individual gunfighters. I've been spectating and watching them for a long time. They're all great gunfighters. They're all capable of winning a game. So this is going to be interesting. This is really going to be interesting.
Yeah, and they're all aggressive players as well. There's no one going to be not taking on a fight. And like you say, they're all confident in their own ability. They'll all be happy to go up against each other.
So we're in phase 7 of the game, 20 seconds before the next phase goes. Sons of Odin, as has been their way actually during this game, they've got a split going on.
Each other, do they?
I don't know. Yeah, they need new deodorant, these fellas. But yeah, that's the general situation now. From the ground point of view, you'd have to say ZPX have got it, but Sons of Odin have been observing this for a little while. Fallen's the one that's slightly isolated here.
He is, but he's got semi hard cover. They've got the rocks, but he's down in the dip. So Sons of Odin have got the height advantage, but Fallen has got the rocks to hide behind at the moment. Just wait, because Team 9, Sons of Odin, they're going to be pushed towards ZPX.
And here we go, start to move. So Ant-Man moving forward.
I think it's going to be who reacts quick enough now.
All right, and that's Deadpool taking some rounds. We're here with Moonin. Moonin is prone. His teammate has been taken out, so the writing's on the wall, and there we go. ZPX end it. That was great work from the guys from ZPX at the end there. And wow, look at that. That's what, 18 kills for these guys. That's yeah, that was great positional play, but that really did start from well, we'll talk about it in post game, but that was that really did start from taking that position when the zone broke and it was obvious that the river was going to be a major part of the game. But here we go. Okay, in first place we have ZPX with 18 kills, 6 for Ant-Man. In second place we have Sons of Odin, 3 kills for those guys, and in third place we have the Rendezvous with 8 kills for those guys. We're just going to have a quick look. Our individual kill leader in top 3 is Ant-Man with 6. Let's have a quick shoot down, see if there's anybody else. Scorpio also picking up 6. Well played, sir. I don't think there's going to be anybody else to challenge the total squad tally of ZPX there. Kvesh doing well with 4. But I imagine well, joint individual kill leader and squad leader is certainly going to be the guys who won the game from ZPX. So well done, boys and girls. Yeah, fantastic game there. Really good, exciting stuff at the northern end of the bridge. And I thought ZPX did a great job there, just controlling ground, frankly. So anyway, boys and girls, what we're going to do is going to take a break for just a few minutes. However, we will be discussing the last game in the intermission before game number 2 starts. So yeah, we're going to just jump off for just a few minutes, and we shall see you very shortly for game number 2. See you soon. Okay, so we're back, Jeremy. So, what do you think about game one, mate?
I thought it was excellent. Some strong rotations, some interesting splits with a couple of teams.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask the guys at Sons of Odin what they were doing. Have they upset each other in the lobby or something? Because they were separated a long way, weren't they?
They were. That was, and it wasn't just you might get a classic split where you go 2 and 2 to different compounds near each other, but very separate compounds. They were opposite ends of the map.
Yeah, I mean, even Abs would
either.
have difficulty describing that split.
Definitely. And I say it wasn't only once, because then you saw later on in the game, they had Riz up in the north, Odinson in the south by Pachinki, and you had the other two guys over to the far west of Yasnaya.
Well, I really, it was very obvious. I think it was probably about phase 6 of the game. But the guys from ZPX really did read the map very, very well, because basically both teams who were still around from ZPX tried to do exactly the same thing and ended up taking each other out.
Well, that was a great thing, because they both recognised how important that bridge and that area around the bridge was going to be. They rotated quickly. I've seen Subi do it before. Did it on Vikendi and got the win out of it. On this one, they did it. They both went to the same area, and they knew how important it was, and they didn't shy away from the fight. They made sure they were aggressive, and it's not even about getting away with it. They earned that position.
Yeah, they certainly controlled the ground incredibly well, and not being funny. I mean, the guys that ended up winning it from ZPX, 18 kills. They just controlled that small circle really well. It's something we saw. Hardshift actually do the other night. I think it was in one of the Riot scrims. I think it was. And they came at the final stages of the game, and they weren't clustered next to each other. They really did dominate the hell out of the zone, and ultimately came home with the win. ZPX, I think, were basically establishing exactly the same thing, and it just had two clans trying to do the same thing, and they ended up killing each other.
Yeah, and what you get is individually good gunfighters, knowing their job, knowing what they're doing, they're able to do it, which means you don't have to be next to each other, supporting each other directly. You can actually control it, be aggressive, and you almost control the movement of other teams because you're holding that ground.
Obviously, the most important thing that we have to comment on in that game was, what did we think of Lou Grass's outfit?
Oh, it was brilliant. We didn't see it for long enough. Obviously, she spoilt it by putting a hat and a vest on.
Exactly. I mean, quite frankly, you just do not mix colours like that, Lou Grass.
No. And until you can get a feathery hat and vest, I think maybe go without. Just brave it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you've just got to be bold.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh God, I just can't really wait till Lou Grass reads this. I'm going to get so much grief in the comments. It's going to be unbelievable. Oh dear. I believe our next map choice is going to be Miramar.
Okay. So, I mean, it's my favourite map to play.
That's because you like. That's just because you like sniping. My favourite map to play is Sarnok, because I'm a nasty sort of who likes double AR and getting up close and personal. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you'd go in there fist flying if you could, wouldn't you?
I really would, mate. I don't need the guns. That was an interesting game, because the zones are actually pretty benign. I mean, the zones until the final phases of the game weren't actually that challenging. It became quite obvious, I think, about phase 5 of the game that river around Yasnaya was going to be a major strategic part of the game. But the teams that were playing were, well enough versed in the game to realise that and position themselves.
Definitely. And what you had is, like you said, they were quite benign zones to start with. Then I think it was about zone 4 or 5. Suddenly we had a hard shift up towards Yasnaya. Then it shifted west around the bridge, and then it shifted south from the bridge to either side of the river. And then, like you said, it just went one side of the river, and the people that, there's a little bit of luck, obviously, but they called it, they read it, and they made sure they were in the right position, or even they made sure they were able to react to where it moved.
Yeah, I thought it was just great reading of the game, frankly, and that's easy to do from my position, because I can see and you can see what they can't. They're doing it live in game whilst in the middle of a gunfight. I thought it was just great play, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I knew it was quite easy up here. I didn't really, it's so much easier when you can see where everyone is. It really is. I mean,
Not
we're gonna
being
have to get
not being
some of
funny,
those
mate.
hacks.
If I had spectator mode on, I still wouldn't have survived that gunfight. The guys from ZPX, very welcome, very welcome members of the events. I've enjoyed every event. I watch them play. Actually, I just enjoy watching these guys play.
Yeah.
And the thing I
One
love
thing I would
about
say
the
about
thing I love
ZPX,
about them as well
actually,
is they're very good members of the scene. I mean, they just crack
yeah,
on, do their business, play well. And yeah, I mean, the game we had the other day with on Vikendi when it ended up around Volnova was just absolutely insane. I think that's got to be one of the most intense and certainly probably one of my favourite bits of gameplay ever to watch and commentate on. I mean, just didn't know what to do. It was great fun.
Well, one thing I've noticed with ZPX is, and I'd love to be able to speak to some of their players. Maybe I don't know if it's they've got a strong in-game leader who makes the decisions, or whether they just collectively know. But one of their strengths seems to be reading the map and rotating fast, rotating strong, and in an aggressive manner to just where they need to be.
Well, one of the things, I mean, certainly when I was playing with players who are much better than me, but I mean, I played with Bushka, I played with Ganksy from he's a PMCO and game leader, um, and he won't describe himself as a good gunfighter. He is a very good gunfighter, but he won't describe himself as such. He's a good in game lead, and the one thing that he calls beautifully is literally no matter how much of a gunfight they're in, no matter what role his guys are playing, literally he calls rotation, and when he says move, they move.
Yeah.
Early rotation and control of ground is absolutely vital, and you saw ZPX do it there towards the end of the game. I thought.
Yeah, and also it's because they've done it so often and they've done it right. It's even if they got it wrong occasionally, they get it right more often. So the players trust the call. I'm assuming that they're getting these calls, and the players trust it, and they won't even second guess it. They will just go where they're told when they're told to go there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, try that in DH. You'd end up in a 15-minute argument.
We'll have to pull some of them back from looting to be able to do that.
And the good old days with Zen and said, "Yeah, we need to rotate." Oh God, we're still like 2,000 meters in the blue. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a sniper battle.
Hopefully we can get some action. Magpie doing what Magpie does best, and see if we can get him doing some looting.
Oh, I just don't want to see what Magpie does best half the time. I love that fella. I really do. Yeah, he's literally moving so slowly because he's carrying around 27,000 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, in some matches, in some teams, you get players that carry other players, and you get jokes about it on the chat. But I'm afraid he's not carrying players; he's carrying ammo and first aid. And
Yeah, kitchen sink, cuddly toy,
yeah,
fondue set. Magpie's got it all. I
we
love
love him
that.
for it.
Oh God, yeah, I miss playing with Magpie just for the sheer entertainment value. You've had a rough night in scrims, um, which back in the early days of Zen, we used to have rough night in scrims, and
Yeah,
and then you jump into a game, and then Magpie would be just Magpie. Let's chase every drop. Yeah, Magpie, you haven't got enough loot yet. We've already hit 3 crates. Yeah, no, still want some more. Still want some more. And it just used to be a great way to wind down from the evening, especially if you had a rough night.
definitely. So, how long have we got till Wheels Up?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I just do the stream. I'm not in charge of this stuff.
Because I'm going to just mute the microphone for a minute. I'll be back in a couple
No
of minutes.
worries at all. I think we've got a few minutes, mate. So you take care.
And I'm sure everyone needs an intermission from my whittering on.
Okay, I can see. I think we've got about 4 people watching it, watching live now. If one of you's watching live, just wants to pop a quick message into the live chat, just to let me know that's working, that would be much appreciated. Okay, boys and girls, not too far away from game number 2. Jamie, you alive?
I am, mate. I'm still here.
Yeah. Yeah, great game. Game number 1. Looking forward to Miramar. Few, yeah, I mean, some of the things we were talking about today. Few new exciting developments. Obviously, we're potentially looking at doing a podcast after some of our events, so we can get the players in who've been part of these events, watching the replay, so that we can talk about some of the fantastic gaming stuff that gameplay that we've seen from these boys and girls. I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. Get people more
trying to bring an element of analysis into what we do rather than just streaming.
Oh, I can't.
So we can actually talk about it.
I can't spell analysis, mate. Let alone do it. But yeah, fine. We'll give it a go. But yeah, I mean, I think
nonsense.
Oh, why not? I mean, when you get really exciting final circles, I mean, sometimes we just get exceptional ones, or just great pieces of individual gameplay. I mean, Nick's push last night was just spectacular, frankly, and just timed to perfection.
And just even in that first game, I noticed Scorpio against Floor when Floor was in upstairs in the building, and the way Scorpio sort of drew Floor out, or sort of a little bit of a peek, got Floor to shoot, reload, and then managed to go from the stairs and then into the doorway while Floor was reloading, just to draw him out, use up ammo, and then came in and got the kill shots on.
Yeah, and it'd be great to get some of the people who are actually playing, talking about gameplay, afterwards. We could, make a sort of montage of great gameplay from the previous night and say, right, I get to talk about your gameplay all the time. What do you think?
Yeah, and it'd be good to know what they were thinking. Was it a deliberate move? Was it just instinctive? It's
okay.
How they play.
I think you're giving these guys too much credit, mate. They don't think; they literally just run around and shoot.
Have I been watching too much PNCO?
Yeah, I think so. These guys just run around and shoot at anything that moves. That's why we love them. That's just why we love them.
And that's why we broadcast it and talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. I think. I think we've got a few people watching in the chat. It's really exciting actually to see how we can go forward with the streams. Especially if we can get some commentary with some of the players in here as well. I think that's great. I think that would make a very exciting addition. Let's get Abs back. I know she had a bit of a rough time, but let's get Abs back doing what she does.
Yes, absolutely. She's got a great analysis of the game. I used that word again there for you. She calls it well.
So, okay, looks like we're about to load in. Let's have a look. Miramar, about 80 odd players. So, expect some rendering hell.
And what we know with Miramar is, with 80 odd players, there will be patches where they're spread out. I mean, you'll get the usual ones going to Picardo, San Martin, where you'll get the early action. It's just a feature of Miramar, and.
Oh, here we are. Yep. Fantastic. We've naturally ended up on the Redders.
Well, obviously that 5 reslips you worked.
Oh, believe me, that's not the only thing that... Yeah, I'm not even going to complete that sentence.
We all know what you're thinking.
Yeah, because let's face it, we all know Redders, he's a sick puppy.
Right, now.
Okay, we got...
Can we get Fabulous Flamingo anywhere?
We got 83 in the lobby. Okay, so let's have a look at our flight line. Interesting. So we're going from Prison Island, and we're heading to the east. Diagonal flight path there. So you can hit Picardo. I'd probably expect a lot of people to drop Los Leones.
Yeah, I think what we might get quite a few going early, and try and get up that western road towards El Pozo, Ruins, La Cabrera, trying to get away from others and get looted, and then you'll probably get a load going late going up to Campo Militar. That's almost like a Vikendi flight line.
Going to be interesting to see where the zone shifts, because the zone shifts aggressively to the north, and we all know that Miramar is not the easiest map to drive on. That's going to be interesting to see where the first zone goes. Really is.
Yeah, and you see that a lot of early jumps, a lot of people. There's only a couple gone to prison. Actually, there's only one team gone to prison. There's only one team on the whole of the prison island. That's surprising. I thought you might have had a couple drop there. Got a few over Valdemar.
Okay, looks like DH have managed to pick themselves a fairly isolated spot, so they should be able to get looted up. Right, okay, let's have a look at teams that are a bit closer together. And ooh, yeah.
There we go, Valdemar. Should be able to. There's some decent loot available here in the various apartment buildings.
So yeah, I do you know what?
There we go. Here's Magpie again.
I predict that some of these people are going to fall out.
Well, if someone tries to take something off Magpie, he will fight back.
Well, yeah, it's already going to cause a fight in the squad. I mean, there's only one building for him to loot at this point. It's just going to be pretty nasty, really.
Yeah, and then we've got Team 19 here, Rendezvous as well.
Well, team 13 from Zen certainly going to be aware of DH not too far away from them. Whether they're aware of Rendezvous behind them is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure they've seen the parachutes at the very least, but...
I think you're giving them too much credit. Where have we landed? I have no idea. Okay, so looks like Andy Koza has already taken a bit of damage, so Magpie putting in some early damage there with the Thompson.
What a beautiful outfit.
Yeah, noted for many things as our Magpie.
Still hasn't got a helmet yet.
Who needs a helmet? Helmets are for wimps. Looks like Magpie taking a big chunk of damage there.
Yeah, well, she's getting aggressive. He's knocked Nemeris there.
Well, she got a good position on the roof here. In come the nades. Was that a smoke? I think there was a smoke, wasn't it? Yep. Yeah.
There's a molly gone in as well from someone else. Missed its target though. That Magpie and Nemeris both low on health.
Not a lot of meds about at this point in the game, so an aggressive push could potentially do it.
Yeah, it looks like Team 19 are starting to push forward as well. They can hear the gunshots. They
yeah.
These guys. Oh! I don't know who threw that, but that was one hell of a nade. Nearly got Welshie. He has got meds. See first zone there around the western area. So Team 2 nicely in the middle. The DH team of Siren.
And you have to say the guys from Squad 13 here, they really are in a very tough position.
Yeah, all individually good players.
But stuck between two squads here. Nick's probably the best gunfighter on this team, and well, okay, sorry, Nemeris, but yeah, probably Nick's probably the best gunfighter on this team, and
aggressive as well. I've been knocked there by Junior. Team 19 here, they're fighting two squads now. They've got two squads in front of them, and some of the knocks are coming on the Zen team, and some of the knocks are coming on the DH team, so they don't care who they shoot.
No, you'd have to say that.
And that is our most wanted there. Supreme's been knocked, and I think he's on top of the roof, and maybe can't get down because of the lip. So they're going to have to get up to the roof to res Supreme.
Yeah, I think they're probably their best play is going to be actually win the gunfight, but that depends how long it's going to take them to do so. You could get dizzy watching Nick's play, couldn't you? Up, down the stairs,
The
in,
speed
left,
of
right.
movement
Yeah.
from Nick is something else.
Well, she's a good player.
Yeah, if you've ever seen Nick bounce around Pachinki with a shotgun, it is a sight to behold. It really is.
Here we go. Have some of that.
Yep, take down Aaron. And they swarm.
Oh, look!
Well.
Magpie was first on the crate. How unusual. So, 1 kill for these guys already. So, let's have a quick overview.
Did they get Rendezvous revived on the roof?
Oh, let's have a quick look.
Sorry, sorry, not Rendezvous. It was Supreme.
Yeah, Supreme
So he's still
is Supreme up and running. Already picked up a kill and already having a quick look there through the force scope.
Yep. They're not put off by being knocked. So the Yeti lives on.
Yeah, Yeti or Miramar. There's a beautiful sense of irony in that, I think. But yeah.
So it looks like Nix and the Zen team are starting to get their revenge on the DH team by the looks of it.
Yeah, it's 3 kills for this squad now. So that's DH wiped. So how are the guys from Zen still got to put up the guys from Rendezvous here?
Yeah, they've managed to collect a few more meds and that now.
Okay, let's have a quick look at our situation. So there's our circle. We've also got some fights going on at the north. We're going to very quickly jump up to that, see what we've got. And that's Nemesis. Certainly got a quick peek at Temp here with the Mini 14.
Quite I mean, the Uzi, although it's mainly used for close-up stuff, of course, because it's virtually no recoil, it can be quite useful at medium range as well.
Well, I think the biggest improvement that came with the Uzi wasn't necessarily the characteristics of the weapon itself. It was when you were allowed to put a red dot on it and ADS with it effectively.
Yeah. And Nemesis obviously ignoring that and just going with the iron sights.
Oh, that's not going to go well. And yeah, that's Nemesis getting the knock on Temp. And yeah, I'd expect the guys from New Punters to push this.
I thought they might have pushed it a bit quicker actually, because they're actually going to get in the res on now.
Yeah, this is... Oh, and Nemesis has indeed been knocked there. The guys from Gen really up against it.
Oh,
Nick,
yeah,
the only person still on his feet.
But it looks like NH, they've got a couple knocks, so...
Marcus has been... Yep, they've been putting up a very good fight here. Doesn't quite manage to get the thirst on. This should... Nick's actually got the opportunity to... yeah, Nick had the opportunity to take cover there, but Propane doing the business. And that is squad wipe. So that's 3 kills for the guys from New Panthers there. Great play, well done, fellas.
Yeah, Nick, they're being aggressive, which we obviously applaud, but I think maybe he could have actually tried to get Temp up there.
Yeah, potentially, but he's looking at 3 people shooting him with a teammate down and he's on his own, so, you know, you can't...
But I'm not going to complain about someone being aggressive and actually going for the shooting rather than the reviving.
The one thing I really took to heart, actually, one of the first times I ever even considered commentating on a game, and I asked a friend who did a lot of videos, who was very successful doing so, and I asked him what was the best thing to do. He said, never ever commentate or spectate a game as if you know better than the player does. You have a view that they do not.
Absolutely.
And you know, I'm looking at this on a big laptop screen. You're probably looking at it the same way. You know, we would essentially be talking about players here. We're looking on a phone. So, you know, it's very difficult to second guess these guys.
Newcomers now haven't got through that fight with
Oof.
now taking fire from Kvesh.
Kvesh doing some great tap work there with the SLR.
And I have to be honest, that's one of my least favourite weapons in the game.
It's one of my least favourite weapons in the game. It's actually a really nice weapon in real life.
I'm sure it is. It's just one of those things. It's for me. If you're going for like the DMRs, it's a mini for me. I like the rhythm you can get with it. I just can't get the same rhythm with an SLR.
Mini 14, I like to tap fire with. I think that's a very effective weapon. Mark 14, obviously my favourite.
Yes.
But in fact, if you go back to when we were first setting up Zen Duos, you know, back in the early days when I didn't know really what to do at all apart from hit record. One of the first games practice scrims I ever did, we had Imperium and a guy called Sonic from Red Reserve, who was a PMCO player.
Yep.
Playing, and the work that Sonic did with that Mini 14 was just ridiculous. most people couldn't have kept up with that rate of fire with an M4. So it's a very effective weapon if used effectively.
It's a great weapon, yeah. And yeah, if you're good at tap firing, you can use that as an AR, and it's so powerful.
Okay, let's have a look at our general situation in the game. We're down to 68 players, 19 teams. Our zone is going to be around the Monte Nuevo power grid area. Chumachera, we'll have to see if there's a very hard shift. We've got a couple of guys rotating from the south. We've got 7 Atoms, squad number 22. Not too far away.
I did notice that 7 Atoms, I think it was 7 Atoms Unknown, actually took out Rendezvous Supreme, who's our most wanted.
So bonus points. There are also bonus points this game for taking out Siren, which I believe has already happened. So sorry, love.
Nix has been taken down. Nemeris not.
All right, let's see if we can get and look at this situation. We've got to the northeast. This is going to get very busy.
Yeah, so some teams have taken an early decision to get to centre zone, and we've got a lot that have come in. They're the ones that typically jumped in the northeast around the sort of Campo Militar area, trying to make their way into zone, and it's getting a bit crowded.
Oh, Vorp's out there.
So that man knows there's someone, but doesn't know exactly where, so just scoping round. Oh, no.
Well, that's going to be ambitious spray at that range, but wouldn't surprise me if you tried it. The boy's a lunatic.
I think he's going to try it. I think he's going to put some rounds in.
And looks like Crystal from squad number 8 has been knocked. And
Grassroots taking out some of the Sons of Odin team there, so Lugrass putting in and also Cage as well, who we saw with that very good defensive retreating rotation away from the DH team in game 1.
So we're down to this is we still got 60 players. That was a more effective spray.
Yeah, he went for it.
And got a look at Volks there. Didn't quite manage to get the knock, but.
Oh, and a Mark 14 as well.
Yeah, and this, I don't think they're letting this go. They're crashing that compound, I think.
Yeah, we've seen them be aggressive. We've seen them with the early good, strong rotations, but they're an aggressive team as well. Lionhearts can hold their own.
Here we go. So we're here with Craze. Ragnar has been knocked. Got a look at Matitsu there. Matitsu also knocked. Vorps is the other side of the road, and at this moment in time, he's the only member of his team still standing, and that didn't last for long. So very aggressive, fast rotation, using the vehicles there. guys from ZPX, and exactly what you expect from these guys.
Yeah, an aggressive, strong ZPX team with an M249 and a Mark 14 between them. That is something you don't want to come up against on a dark alleyway. Oh, and by the sounds of it, a flare as well, I think.
Okay, so we are 55 players still left alive. 16 teams still contesting. We're in phase 2 of the game. And the zone is again pretty benign actually. Nobody's really going to have too much difficulty finding themselves rotating into the edge. I must admit, from a commentary point of view, I really like horrible zones that are not good for players because it just makes it so exciting fighting the edge, trying to get in.
At least they're going to fight each other rather than the blue, hopefully.
Well, you know about that. How many times have I seen you try to run 2,000 metres from the blue?
I normally manage about 1,800 of them. I noticed actually in the centre zone that Siren's still going, so those 5 bonus points are still available, but very close to Zen and 7 Atoms in the middle of the zone there.
Okay. Siren with a customary M4, probably.
That's a yep. Oh dear.
Oh dear me, love.
Yeah. Keep it PG. Keep it PG.
Absolutely. So these guys have they've got a good position centre zone, but they haven't really consolidated position they can defend.
No,
at this moment in
they
time.
haven't got a lot of hard cover. They don't have vehicles. It's they're in a good position, but a strong team. They need to
be thinking about consolidating this. Only phase 2 of the game, but they need to be thinking about consolidating it. And they're certainly going to come into contact reasonably soon, I imagine. The guys from Zen there.
Yeah. And you see in the north.
And there is our next zone shift. So they've still got zone, but that means basically any ground they cover here is now going to be. It's going to be very heavily contested. So they really do need to find a position of cover, a place they can defend and fight from.
Definitely, and what you'll find is some of the teams that we've mentioned before, like ZPX, and some of the other teams that are good at strong rotations, they'll all come in. They'll probably have a vehicle each, and they will come in and crash compounds, and they will force the issue. They'll rather lose a player, but crash a compound and get that aggressive rotation.
Great little chat. Great little comment in the live chat. Abs has decided that we are now called the Beer Brothers, which is kind of weird because I'm definitely not related to you, dude. But I mean,
from another mother.
I do enjoy a beer.
Absolutely. Well, what you call beer.
Oh, there's no need to get personal, dude. You know what I mean? Okay, let's get back to the game.
Sorry, got distracted by the talk of beer. Magpie's just taken out Outlaw.
Well, it looks like these guys are quite content to keep it a medium range engagement this time. They've got good location in the zone. Looks like the guys from ZPX rotating in fast from the northeast. Let's have a look at these fellas. So we're here with Nemris and Magpie. They're getting into it with squad number 7. That's a team from Noob Hunters.
So we saw Magpie knocked one of them.
It's going to be a classic example of who's on top of the cliff, who's under it.
Yeah.
One of the things you love about Magpie has been knocked, about to get thirsted, no doubt.
Hit firing with the mini there, didn't quite pay off.
That didn't really pull off. That could have been a rendering issue, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there.
Trying to see where he is, actually. Yeah.
But, that's guys from Noob Hunters, and we've still got Nemris running around. Looks like he just managed to get the knock on Thor there.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of damage to nice aggressive move.
And Ulf went for the thirst. I think he achieved the thirst just before Vixen took him out there, so...
That's something I've noticed, and I don't know if you're the same. When you have the aim assist setting, what often happens is when you come up in a situation like that, the aim assist will actually direct your shots into the knocked player rather than the one you want to shoot at, which is the player doing the reviving.
Yeah, I had exactly the same thing in the game I played with Bushka, where I'm very pleased to say that happened to him. He got knocked and I got the chicken dinner. Literally never be able to do that again as long as I live. Okay, we are down to 48 players, 14 teams still contesting phase 3 of the game. And looks like it's going to get very busy here to the north. We've also got Noob Hunters rotating in from the south and the east. Looks like they're coming just behind FBI here, from Rendezvous here. Got a couple of players still out in the blue.
Yeah, say the Noob Hunters team that we're actually following at the moment, they've got quite a few cliffs and that to get down, and then it's open ground. If they can't find a vehicle, they might struggle here. Even though it's not that far, they might struggle a little bit.
Okay, we got a flare drop coming down, and yeah, here we are here. Well, like a flare drop coming down. I think that was around Grassroots, actually.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was over on the east.
What toys we got in here? AWM and an AUG. So yeah, somebody's going to want the hell out of that.
I mean, on this map, the AWM is more important than any other map. There you go, another extreme zone shift.
So Noob Hunter is actually positioned very well. Let's check out this action to the north, where that's our winners from game number 1, ZPX. And looks like we just we've just hit the looting phase of that one. So 10 kills for this team.
Yeah, unfortunately for us, they're taking out a DH squad there by the looks of it.
Would you stop being so ruthlessly efficient, for God's sakes? Give me time.
Can you miss some shots, please? Just give us time to commentate on it.
Okay, phase number 4 of the game. 44 players left alive, 13 teams, 10 kills now for this team. So they're certainly lighting up in exactly the same way they did in game number 1. We've got a lot of teams going for a fast rotation now. Let's have a quick look at the guys from 7 Atoms. Looks like they're not too far away from one players from Sons of Odin. Now we've got Odinson and Deadpool.
So he's gone, yep.
Odinson takes some rounds to the rear, has in fact been knocked. Let's have a look at what Deadpool's up to.
Have they done the same again, is he?
Is he miles away from his teammate again?
I think he is.
Yeah. So Odinson's not getting out of that. In fact, Odinson's already down, so Deadpool will be playing the rest of the game as a solo. ZPX looking for a very fast rotation in from the north. This will be interesting.
Looks like the scene from Alien. They're all converging. They might not have done an early rotation, but it looks like they're going for a fast one. And knowing them, it'll be a strong sort of crash into a compound, I suppose.
Okay, we're here with Grassroots. They've managed to pick up 4 kills. All 4 of their players still up and running. Bluegrass putting the hurt into the vehicle and almost getting the knock on Ant-Man there.
That's some great work there.
So phase 5 of the game, we've just got slightly under 2 minutes before it really starts to push and hurt. And you can't afford to be, especially on a map like Miramar, you can't afford to rotate late, especially phase 5 of the game. It's just going to hurt too much. It takes too long to drive anywhere. Early rotations, I think, are always a very key factor of Miramar.
Yeah, I mean, they have got a vehicle, but it's a slow minibus, so they're not too far from zone, but if they start taking fire while they're driving that thing, they could...
We've got a lot of players outside of circle here. It looks like it's going to get a bit tasty up to the northwest. Let's have a quick look at that.
So nice warehouse compound on the edge of zone here. Tango's just been taken out by the play zone there. So it looks like ZPX, have they taken out, or is that the opposite end of the map? I can't quite tell.
Yeah, ZPX managed to pick up 3 kills so far. Crash getting rezzed. Not too far away from 7 Atoms now. These two teams generally very, very good at controlling ground. They both out of zone.
Ooh.
And that's Alpha Not with a great sniper shot there.
Yeah, trying to line up some sniper shots. I don't know if it's just my screen, but it went sort of bright white then. I couldn't see.
Yeah, he's probably got a headache.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 7 Atoms taking that position, centre circle here, but we've got plenty of teams establishing themselves. Establishing themselves in zone, just trying to find any piece of cover, any piece of ground they can fight, defend.
Yeah,
7 Atoms certainly coming under it now. So that's 2 players knocked. They're getting into it with the guys from ZPX. And they're all right on. They're all right at the edge of zone here.
Yeah, none of them are quite in zone either.
He spent 15 minutes with no gunfights, and everybody's all trying to kill each other all at once. Next circle has broken. These guys have all got to rotate. They're all in the middle of gunfights. They've all been taking damage. They've all got to try and get their teammates up. This could be, especially for 7 Atoms here. Yeah, they're not going to get out of this. Some great work from Noob Hunters there. We're down to 21 players left alive, 17 still contesting.
Siren Alarm House, Reddit has been knocked. And taken down there. I mean, it's fights like these where you need your boosts. You need to be fully boosted, so you know, just to try and heal up all the time, because you're going to be taking shots from everywhere. We've also got a great mix of weapons being used.
Okay,
snipers, we've got some ARs.
So 7 Atoms, there's still 3 players. They've got a great location in zone here. They're using the ground. Got fights on multiple flanks. Team number 11 from Zen still got to fight their way into zone. It's always the most difficult thing, I think, especially on Miramar, where you've got to break cover, fight your way into zone because there's no cover.
Yeah, I mean, Team 17, they've got a great little position here in this little bomb hole sort of area. They've got a bit of cover, but they're taking shots and they're shooting in every direction. And so they've got to watch out. They've got to make sure they don't run out of ammo, because there's nowhere they can loot.
And the guys from Zen, squad number 11, they've got to break cover now. They've absolutely got to break cover. They've got Noob Hunters not too far away. ZPX starting to move in. This is going to come down to contours in the ground, I think. 9 players alive. 3 teams still contesting. 2 teams still contesting. And it's going to be 7 Atoms and ZPX. This could go anywhere, frankly. 2 great gunfighting squads.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be all about the gunfighting now.
And there's the knock. There's the knock. This is where you need to push. This is where you need to push. And that is Soph down as well. And yeah, there we go. All came together at the end there, and ZPX take the win. That's a double dinner for ZPX.
That kill count as well.
So yeah, that's 16, 26 kills. I mean, yeah, they really did light up this week. Yeah, just fantastic. You know, you look at the prospect of a gunfight between ZPX and 7 Atoms. That's always going to be very exciting. ZPX actually made that very brutal very quickly at the end there. So in first place, ZPX, and yeah, 26 kills. 8 for Fallen, 8 for Subi. In second place, 7 Atoms, 2 kills for those guys. And in third place, we have Xeno Tactic, 7 kills. I can't imagine for 1 minute that anybody's going to beat the squad kill tally of ZPX in first place there, but 8 is our individual kill leader, shared by Subi and Fallen. We'll have a quick look here, see if anybody else comes close, but I think ZPX took the largest shares of the kills there. So fantastic work from the guys from ZPX. That's 2 wins. That's 2 wins. Just really great work there. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you very much for being part of DH Most Wanted Scrims this evening. Thank you for giving us so much good action to commentate on. I'd like to thank Simon and all the team at DH who put on such a great event. Thank to all the people who are in the stream and the chat, making it very fun place to be. Also, like to say thank you very much to Jamie, jumping at spot number 2, doing a bit of co-commentary there. Really enjoyed the chat there, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. It's been it's been a good evening.
And obviously we'll have more of the same. Make sure you get your registrations in nice and early for DH Scrims next week. Slots do tend to fill up very quickly, so get your registrations in, boys and girls, so that we can keep doing this, providing great content, providing you an opportunity to do what you do best, which is run around like a bunch of lunatics and kill each other. Which quite frankly makes my Friday night. Jump in, get yourselves registered. Thank you very much for supporting the event. Thank you very much for supporting the stream. As always, I'm Vimes177 Gaming. Good hunting, and bye for now.